banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it. This is James Robinson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
1st down. Here's Burrow. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The Jags are going to go for 2 here. And before the snap here, we've got a timeout by the offense. It's their first of this first half, and they'll get together and talk this one over. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Next to score, Jaguars 7, Bengals 0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. full of run show Fatukasi. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They'll run here with Robinson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. 4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Burrow going for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jaguars 14, Bengals nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 1st down carry for Henry. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Forced out to his left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. McPherson's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Flush to his right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Burrow looking to pass. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dan Arnold, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up a throw. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. First down and much more for Henry. Touchdown! Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now Burrow on first down. Open space inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Full to run show Fatukasi there on the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Burrow on play action. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Space to run past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And Burrow going to throw again.
He'll get this off to Etienne.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Henry. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Jaguars are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored...
Oh, now a strip. He loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Good positioning, and it's picked off. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They go play action with Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is caught. It's Kirk. And all the way down to the 37. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Stop. 180.
Let's go, defense.
12. Stop.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Open man right side is Ingram. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break, from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. On play action, they'll throw.
Open man is Duvernay.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall back to 500